that same year that I was playing Returnal, because I always remember that because it was when everything hit the fan all at once. One day I'm streaming and someone says to me, "Hey Phil, are you aware that your merch shop is gone?" And I was like, "No," because I never check it. Like I literally never check the thing because no one buys anything from it and I don't really add new products. So I didn't know that. So I go to look at it and it is gone. It's just like missing, like page not found. So I go to log in and it says, "Oh, error, contact support." So I wrote them asking what gives. Now, at this point, I didn't even realize they had changed their business. They're not called Teespring anymore. They were called Spring. They were rebranding. And what they were doing is they were systematically starting to kick people off the site who they deemed like weren't in their own ideology, which is insane to me. I want you to think about that. So what ended up happening in 2021, my trolls formulated this like manifesto package of negative stuff about me. It was like a reel of the worst moments of DSP. It had the awful jokes from the Dead Space 2 demo from 2010, and it had racial comments from other videos from like 2009, 2010. And they put it all together, and then they said, "Look, Phil owns a website called thekingofhate.com. He's a racist, and he's a sexist, and he's a bigot, and this is who you have on your site." And they sent that to Twitch, which got me kicked out of the Twitch partner program. They sent that to various different payment processors, various different websites where you can integrate with streaming. And they sent it to Teespring, right? Well, now Spring. And Spring, rebranding and wishing to have a new image, okay, decided on a whim without even contacting me to talk about it that I was not fit for their site, and they removed my shop. Now, I want you to think about this. They created the shop. They created the product. In 2017, they were the ones who recruited me, well knowing about my past. They were okay with it. 4 years later, they decide to rebrand and change their business model completely, and now they kick me off the site, even though I wasn't even doing anything. I wasn't selling merch. You could say, well, maybe you uploaded an offensive product. I hadn't uploaded products in like a year, so it doesn't make any sense at all. Like what happened, it's just they basically are prejudiced against me for shit I did like over a decade ago. It's absolutely insane that they would behave like that. It's completely unprofessional. And the fact they never even reached out to me to say, "Hey, we're closing your shop and here's why," or even give me a chance to explain or anything, that's completely unprofessional. They are not a good business to work with. I'm sorry. Whatever they did, again, much like with Twitch changing over the years, when you change your methodology of your business to now be all this bullshit about politics and fucking nonsense, get the fuck out of here. I'm a gamer. All I want to do is play video games. You think I care about your bullshit? So why the fuck did now you're punishing me because you changed? Go fuck yourself, right? Anyway, so I haven't had merch for 3 years, over 3 years, because that was what, April of 2021 is like when all this shit went down, okay? Now, in the meantime, I've looked to possibly get merch again because now, over the years, people ask from time to time, "Hey, will you get merch?" And I'm like, well, here's why. I don't have it. I got kicked off Teespring with no notice, nothing. And I would guarantee you that if I was to work with another business, it would be the same. And it's not that I haven't tried. For example, I already told the story earlier this year. Another business reached out to me and they were like, "So we're a platform where you can have this whole thing for your followers. They can pledge to you and do ongoing subscription content. You could also sell merch." And I was like, I already have a Patreon. I don't really care about that other stuff, but I do care about the merch. I'd be interested in that, right? And I talked with them for about a week about it. And I kept explaining to them, listen, I'm not going to proceed setting up a shop on your storefront or anything until you look into knowing that I'm going to have this online hate mob, this black cloud following me the fuck around. And they're going to come and they're going to harass you if you have products on your site that are of mine, because they've done it already to other businesses. You have to expect this is going to happen. You have to say you're okay with it. Because if I put the time and effort to setting up a storefront, uploading designs, my fans design stuff, and we put up merch, and then you shut it down within a week, you're wasting everyone's time, right? So at first, this person who I was talking to, who you could tell was just a recruiter agent for this company and didn't really understand anything about online trolling, was like, "Oh, how bad could it be? It's not a big deal." I was like, "You have no clue what you're talking about. I want you to go search for me right now on the internet, and you're going to see how many people are A-logging me. And then I want you to come back at me and tell me you're still interested." They never responded again because they probably went and searched and said, "Oh, goddamn, this guy is getting destroyed by these really, mentally stunted people. And we don't want that associated with the business. So, and that was it. That was the last time I heard from them. And that was much earlier this year. So all this going down, all right? And basically what happens is now in the last month and a half, things are changing, right? So I'm doing crossover content. I'm appearing on shows. I'm interviewing people. My reputation's different now, okay? And people start reaching out to me, and I start having conversations. And essentially through a little bit of like a grapevine deal, I was put into contact with a company that really doesn't give a shit, okay? Like, they actually just don't care about this kind of stuff. All they care about is, like, you know, making quality product and making some money. That's it. They don't care about being, you know, trolls on the internet and shit like this. They're just, fuck that nonsense. In fact, they even said, we're kind of used to it. You know, there's some people who we have on our store that have that, and we don't care, okay? So I've been talking with them for a couple of weeks, and what we came down to was I sent them a very basic, I sent them like 4 files. One is like the DSPGaming logo from this channel. One was like my 15-year anniversary logo. I sent them like a fighting game logo. Okay, so I just sent them basic shit. It wasn't like anything. This was before I even had the Philomania logo, so I couldn't even send that to them. I totally would have sent that to them to test, but we didn't have it yet. So what they said they wanted to do is basically do a couple samples for me. And they were going to send me a couple free product just to look and see the quality, and we could look at it together on stream. And if we like it, then I would get back to them and say, hey, you know, yeah, let's proceed. Let's set up a storefront. I'll send you more art and logos. Let's get this thing set up. And the way it works is just like Teespring, where you guys will go to that site. You'll browse the different products that are available, the different logos and lines and designs, and you'll be able to choose what you want. You buy it directly from them. They process it. They ship it to you, and I make a few bucks. I don't even know how much. Like, I literally don't even know how much I'll make on each sale, considering the fact I had such a low profit margin over on Teespring. I wouldn't be shocked if it's, again, just a couple bucks on each thing, okay? So, and is it international from what I'm to understand? Yes, but I haven't worked the details out yet, because what's the point of working all these details out until you get your hands on the product to see if you like it, correct? Because I'll be honest, I've seen some companies like this, and, you know, they look good, and their products are very shoddy. They'll send you the really low quality shit, like real thin materials, or, you know, the t-shirts that are falling apart and are in a crappy quality. They don't feel soft or good on you. And like, do you really want to pay $25 for a t-shirt from a company and you get it and the fucking logo's printed crooked and looks like shit? That's happened to me, where I've actually, in the past, years in the past, would get a company, I wanted to make my own shirt, so I would, and then they would send me the shirt and the whole thing was off. I'm like, what the hell? Like, how'd you screw this up so bad, right? So, we have a couple products to look at today. Two shirts is what they sent me as a starter, you know, starter example. Now, keep in mind, even though they have these logos, it doesn't even mean that they're going to make products with these logos. This was the test, all right? I know for a fact you guys want Philomania. Like, this is one of the things I would absolutely use for product, and then we would see what else you guys were interested in. So we have 2. First is a long sleeve ringer t-shirt. Okay, now, I'm just going to forewarn everyone, when you order these kind of products, they're fresh out of the factory, and they smell, okay? Not like the stinky sock, but they smell like paint. You know what I mean? Like that factory smell. Definitely, if you order anything like this, you got to wash it before you wear it, because you don't want to have that, you know, that smell. I got to wash these for sure if I'm going to wear them on stream, which is why I'm not wearing one today or anything. But it's always been like that. Every time I got custom product made like this, it always had that factory smell to it. You're like, ugh, got to throw it to your washer. So this is a long sleeve ringer t-shirt, all right? And as you can see, the quality of the print, it's actually, you know, it's on the fabric. It's not one of those glossy print companies, because the glossy ones, they do tend to break after you wash. This, it's actually on, look, it's on the fabric, okay? So it looks like it's a pretty good quality print. As for the shirt itself, nice long sleeve, can you hear me? Nice long sleeve shirt, all right? I believe this was a large or an extra large. What? It's a large. So the name of the fabric, it's Bella Canvas, and it says heirloom jersey. So that's the quality of the product. Now, is it super thick? No, but this is the ringer shirt. The ringer shirt isn't made to be super thick. The Ringer shirt is supposed to be a lighter fabric. I have another shirt here that actually is a thicker fabric, and I'll show you that in a second, okay? So, there you go. Large, DSPGaming, all right? Not to say that anyone's going to want to buy the DSPGaming logo, but it's just an example of their print quality, and I would argue that's a pretty good print quality. It's dark, it looks good, it stands out, and it's not the glossy crap that breaks up. It's actually, I don't know what they call this the technique, but it's much better than that other technique, okay? So, there you go. So, that's the long sleeve Ringer shirt. Now, this is their standard t-shirt, all right? And this is a thicker fabric. I would say this one is more of a standard t-shirt quality, but it's stretchy material. So that might actually be a sell for someone, because some people don't like the t-shirts that are more coarse material. This is very soft and stretchy material. So it's the higher quality stuff, okay? So here's the thing. I sent them a few logos, and they actually made this out of the logo. Okay, now this one is extra large, okay? So it's me as Dan with DSPGaming underneath. See that? And this is a piece of art that I've had on my streams for years, okay? And now I can use it to make shirts and stuff, right? That's cool. So they took that Dan artwork out of a piece of art I sent them, and they made the shirt out of it, which is pretty cool, all right? So again, that's an example. This is not necessarily something that will be sold. This is an example of what would be sold on this site, okay? Again, this is Canvas from Bella Canvas. So I guess they use this company. Bella Canvas is the company that they use. I'm just curious if it says the percent of materials that it's made. 100% cotton. It's a 100% cotton t-shirt. What about this one? I think they're both 100% cotton. This, okay, the Ringer is 52% cotton, 48% polyester. So the Ringer shirt is a blend, okay? But the standard style t-shirt is 100% cotton, which is probably why it's the more stretchy feel to it and everything, okay? So there you go. So how does it look? Personally, I like this quality of shirt. This is a comfy shirt to me. I would want a shirt that's softer and stretchier, as opposed to one of the shirts that's more like the coarse material. And honestly, a lot of the shirts you buy are the coarse material. I don't know why. I like this one better. The print quality looks great to me. Again, it's, you know, it's printed on there. It's not that glossy style print that's probably going to break in the wash right away. This is probably going to last a while. So I like it. But again, you got to wash it before you wear it. You can smell the you can smell the print, and they're always like that. Every company I've ever ordered always smells like that out of it. So there you go. So that's the two examples, all right, of t-shirts that we'll have. And I'm sure they have many more products. I don't think they just do t-shirts. You know, they're going to probably have a lot more. Now, personally, I like these, okay? Personally. I don't know if you like them. I don't know if you'd be considering, hey, I'd be interested in buying something if you had some merch. Let me know what you think, all right? But personally, I like them, and I'm going to get back to them and be like, yeah, I actually really like the first product you sent. Let's talk further about, you know, setting up the storefront. I'll get them some more logos and stuff to work with. Definitely, I want to send them to Philomania, but I'm basically going to dive into, like, my artwork from over the years that I own. I'm all this artwork that I've been using forever that I can now make product out of, right? And I think maybe what I'll do, I'll bring back some of the classic designs. Like I said, the King's Skull design was the one that was the best seller on Teespring. So maybe we can bring that back and then have new designs as well based on all these new things, these new things that have been going on.